Hi there, and welcome back to the History of Fleetwood Mac. I'm Anita, and today we're going to get into Volume 4, Episode 4 of my scrapbooks, and we're still in the Tusk scrapbook. I think I'm going to start with some videos or some pictures that I might have shown last time, and I think I was commenting that I'm kind of getting a little ahead of myself with certain pages. And that's just where they are in the pile. I might take them apart to make them more concise and be in the order that they're supposed to be, but at this time, however, it's the best I can do. So I think I started by showing these videos that I had already posted that I had by Sam Emerson, and that this was a copy out of a magazine, and that this one, pretty sure I mentioned this one because there's this one, and then I had the poster of this one. So there was that, but I'm not sure if I had shown this page. This little article, which is kind of cool, it goes back to the part where I've shown already about them getting their star on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. And then there's just some miscellaneous pictures. This is another photo session that I have very little of, kind of unique, but almost any one that I have was used in a magazine. I think this one is a photo, but any of the other ones that I've ever seen have been out of magazines. And it's just funny to me that I see them in magazines and not so much in photos. So that was a cool article. Then what we have on the back here, these were some Polaroids that were recently published by Richard Doshett, I think. And then this article was from 1980. I think the Polaroids are from 1980, but so is the article. Nope, 1979. My apologies. Nope, so we're still right. I thought this one was ahead. I thought this one was wrong and being 1980, so I think we're kind of on it right now. So yeah, these were really cute photos. But what I really like is this session, and again, I've mentioned them a couple times, but if you don't know, the person who sells these photos is on eBay, and their name is Zap Vintage, and I don't actually know the person's name. I'm sure I've discussed or talked to somebody, but I don't remember. Nothing made an impression on me like I really remember. And they're nice enough, and they've got amazing stuff, but they're not really into like corresponding and stuff. And I'm very chatty, so that could just be it turned somebody off, and that's completely fine. I tried to ask them about extra photos in the past, and they just were kind of like, we'll get back to you. And I'm confident that they have them, and I'm just kind of bummed out because they either don't release anything for like years, and then if you're not paying attention, they release a ton of stuff. But the coolest session was, it's funny, this is a session, and all of these are from them, from that Zap Vintage place. One of these is currently on eBay right now by Silver Screen Mementos, I want to say. And they say that they're publishing it from they're making a copy from the negative, which I guess they seem to get stuff all the time. They kind of have a high turnover, and they either make pictures from the negatives or they sell the negative. And I actually haven't looked to see if it's exactly one of these that I'm showing you, but this is just a really great session. But what started off is that I've had this picture since like I don't even want to know. I've had this picture forever that I like mail ordered to get. So this one's pretty old, and it seems like this is the one they have there. So I guess it could be them. But again, from that vintage, even though Stevie and Christine aren't in here, I really like this one of just the guys. Then we have some more here, another one. That one's just a tad different, as you can see from this one. And then the same sitting, but a different backdrop is this here. It's taken at the same time. Again, all these photos available, except for the little one I showed, are currently available by Zap Vintage, or you could certainly inquire with them if you're looking to obtain copies. But that's where I bought the large pictures. What's really cool about these ones, I think maybe this one, but these ones I've never seen in magazines or elsewhere. And funny, we'll come to it later, but there's some other scenes, some other pictures like this with this background, kind of like, but it looks like window treatment or something like that. And I don't think it's the same time, but there's a ton of those. But just yeah, not these ones, not these ones with that little waterfall type thing back there. And I don't know who's gone hog wild with the orange juice, but so yeah, that's a good session. And then I think still continued. I'm pretty sure this continues on to this session here. I don't have many of this with them in the chair, but then this was a really favorite one that I got. I've spoken about a couple times of getting a large box of items from a person a long time ago, and this was one of the originals that was in there. Very unfortunately, it has this little mark here on her mouth. She looks so pissed off here. Yeah, she could be under the influence, but I just think it's so funny. It's just obviously mid snap in the picture, but she does not look amused. But I really wish I knew how to fix that up a little bit and remove that mark. But I love that picture otherwise. Then we go on to the infamous cheerleader one, which I have here and there from, well, I have enough to make a second page. So I have these two here. This one is from a magazine, and this was a print I bought. Then this is from a magazine, which appears to be exactly this one right here. It's like an advertisement to buy a CD or something like that. It was kind of cool. And then there is this additional one that I have the small print of. And I do have some of the ones of just Mick in the uniform, but those are like out of Rolling Stone. I don't have like any original photos. I would love to find those. I think that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, Stevie looks great in here. And then not the one that was used. I think that was on a Rolling Stone, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the one, the exact one. Speaking of Rolling Stone, we then have this one. Now, I just had this one as separate, so I actually took it apart. Normally, I wouldn't. If you looked at my magazine videos, normally I would not tear magazines apart. Again, this is just an extra one. And this is such a great picture. And then what I'd like to do, and eventually when I finish this page, is that there is a whole bunch of, let's see if I put it in here or not. There is a famous, this picture is taken by Richard Avedon, I'm pretty sure, and there's a famous, I think Calvin Klein or some other Armani, something like that, some photo session that was taken. And he also did these pictures. And he has a model. I mean, they did the exact same pose. And he's got a model, and the person who's up here is, I just forgot her name. She's an actress, kind of famous in the 80s and 90s. Real pretty lady. And anyway, she's in Tin Cup. Anyway, and it's really cool because not too many people know that this is a recreation. And funny enough, I think Stevie was talked about somewhat recently, like in the last 5 years, about this. And then being that they were on the cover like this, and that the people were, they were just cut off, and how pissed off the rest of the band was. But I want to put together all these pictures with the original photos that Abaddon took with the models and such, because I just think it makes for neat context. I certainly thought that was really cool, and I was really surprised to find out years later that this was like a recreation of something that he had done. And I think they're the perfect people to do it with. But and I thought maybe I had it in here, but unfortunately I don't. But the original pictures are really cool. And why can I not think of that damn actress's name? You want to say Gina Davis, but that's not her. Yeah, I thought maybe I had them in here, but I don't. It'll come to me like 5 videos down the road. Next up, we have some really nice photos. These were taken. Let's see if I have a date on here. I don't appear to have a date or a artist name, which is really weird. I thought that. I was sworn these were on the back of the photos here. Yep, it is. Why didn't I write that down? Let's see here. Hold on. Usually more responsible than this. I can't see, or maybe it just doesn't say who it is. I can't just show it to you. That's going to drive me nuts if I don't have that down. Yeah, I can't make it up. That's probably why. It's like got all sorts of like crisscrossed and stuff on the back. So maybe that's why there was no photographer's name, but this was a press photo. So excuse that little side hunt there. Again, a Virgo thing. Because normally I'll write it really small on the sides or something like that. Drives me nuts. They don't quite go together, but I thought they were really pretty. This picture too. And I think I had a couple more from this, but it goes with this one. So it looks like this one looks like these go together. And it almost looks like these go together. And again, there couldn't have, because I know this is a press picture too, but I don't have anybody down on that one either. And then for the last page on this was just a random little article on Tusk, a review from Rolling Stone magazine. I love this artwork that was done. Illustration by Robert Alcorn. And it appears that I did not complete the article. Then this little blurb up here is Fleetwood Mac will also resurface in October with a long gestating double album titled Tusk. The record will contain 20 new songs by Stevie Nicks, Christine McVie, and Lindsey Buckingham, spelled with an A. The title song, composed by Buckingham, utilizes 112 members of the University of Southern California Marching Band. Part of it was recorded at Dodger Stadium in June. Fleetwood Mac will begin a national tour October 26th. The schedule has not yet been announced. Yeah. And then we got some lyrics from a magazine, and yeah, so just a little hodgepodge. So kind of a short video. Sorry for the side tangent on trying to find out who took these pictures, but you should be accustomed to that by now. So we will continue. Tusk was a lot of broken up pieces, as you notice from my little tidbit videos, my little odds and ends. And I think I can have this done in probably about 2 more videos and have them be just a tad bit longer than this one. This one was kind of short. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night. Bye.